its associated tenders, the troop transports, the frigates, small craft, and bomb vessels look like by the evening of the 11th, when the 12th giant flag is flying at dawn's early light. And you begin to wonder whether or not by the end of the day you'll be hauling it down. The city of Baltimore, 50,000 people can see it flying over the port as well. The Army and the anvil of the Royal Navy. That's going to run into a snag first thing on September the 13th, when the British see that over the last 2 days, between here and Land's End, we have sunk over 14 merchant vessels and created a man-made reef. We brought in gunboats behind that. Then they towed the unfinished frigate Java in line with that. The British aren't going to be able to race past Fort McHenry and its 60 heavy guns. They have to get the fort to surrender. See a flash of arms. Then a few moments later, you hear that echo of the explosion as that 13-inch, 200-pound bomb arcs over a mile up to 26 seconds ago, a mile and a half, and a fuse, inside the shell, 8 pounds of powder. When that fuse hits 8 pounds of powder, that 200-pound, 13-inch shell is going to burst and shatter into hundreds of thousands of fragments. It's an anti-personnel weapon designed to take you out. The first one explodes a little too hot. So one bomb ship fires, and the other, by the time the last bomb ship is fired, it's been 5 minutes and you can fire it. So they have an average of 1 bomb a minute for 25 hours. The Baltimore Fencibles wrote later that as he was carrying a barrel of gunpowder across the parade ground, he couldn't explain it later, but he stopped, he put the barrel down, he sat on top of it, and he reached into his haversack, which was a cloth bag for your rations or your food, and pulled out a piece of cheese. As the bombs and rockets are raining overhead, as it's pouring down rain, he finishes his cheese, gets up, grabs the barrel of gunpowder, and keeps moving. So the experience of the bombardment, the experience of combat is going to affect each of those individual defenders in a different way. For this young man, it was simply, okay, I'm just going to pretend this isn't happening. Take a deep breath and carry on. But meanwhile, someone notices that that fleet is finally crossing that line 1.5 miles out. So, and wait until the order is given. Captain Evans of the Corps of Artillery is pacing the ramparts, also encouraging his men to wait when a 200-pound bomb hits the rampart right in front of him. He and his entire entourage of junior officers are thrown to the ground. Men are rushing up. Captain Evans is helped to his feet. He's covered in mud and muck. He's okay. Bomb is a dud. They pull it out of the rampart, and in chalk was written, "A present, King George." So they remove the fuse. Evans puts that aside, and after the battle sends it to his wife as a present in Pennsylvania. And to the west of the fort are 2 smaller gun batteries that unfortunately we didn't get to today. Battery Babcock and Fort Covington, manned by the United States Chesapeake Flotilla. Again, the men who fought so valiantly at Bladensburg, at St. Leonard's Creek, and Cedar Point. Attached to the line, and as the fighting drums, mainly about where that barrel is, thundered out Yankee Doodle. And from 2 miles away in Patterson Park, you can see that huge flag. From 2 miles away downriver, the British fleet can see it. Key, a few miles more with the aid of a spyglass, can see it. And 50,000 people realize they've been saved.